Welcome to T-Boys TV. We are back again with another T-Boy Discusses. And obviously today is the day Jack Wilshere has become the new Luton Town manager. Obviously the rumours were circulating. Last time I did do a video, T-Boy Discusses anyway, it looked like it was set to be Wellings. But it wasn't the case. Still don't really know the reason in the end. In regards to did Luton want to pay the 1 million that Leighton Orient did want for him? Not too sure. And Jack Wilshere is the man we have got in. Obviously, we were looking at him originally. Obviously, I did a video about it. So he was always in the running, and we were skeptical. And there probably is still a sense of nervousness and don't really know what to expect after getting rid of Bloomfield. We wanted someone with a little bit of experience, just someone who's got a bit of know-how, knows how to do it. But what I'm going to do in today's video, I'm going to talk about obviously what he said, Wilshere, since he's come in. I'm also going to talk about Chris Powell, who is the assistant. And yeah, I'm going to obviously talk on some comments Wilshere also said about Nathan Jones, which I thought were pretty cool. And maybe, if he does turn out to be a success, it could be a benefit in disguise. And obviously I'll get into why. And also the FA Cup first round draw is today. Who do you guys want? We'll get into all of that. So we'll start off with what Wilshere has said since coming in. He says, "It's a huge honour and a privilege to be named Luton Town manager," Jack said. "Feels like a full circle moment for me. I was 8 when I first came to Luton as a boy, so I guess you could say it's fate that my first full-time club managerial position is at this club. I couldn't be more delighted to be here. I can't wait to manage this football club." Wilshere, of course, enjoyed a stellar career as a player, making 197 appearances for Arsenal before spells at West Ham United, Bournemouth and Aarhus GF. One of our players was linked with them in the summer. Can't remember who it was, but someone definitely was. Now he's excited about a new challenge. He says, "This club story inspires me, built on belief, unity and hard work. The club have shown incredible character on and off the pitch in recent times, and I'm honoured to take the responsibility to lead this group into the future. There's so much a season still to play for, and I'm excited about getting to work and putting my own stamp on things and moving this club forward in a positive direction. I want to give the Luton fans a team they can be proud of, and the work to do that starts today." Now, obviously, I'm filming this 2:30. He would have probably met a lot of the players now, I'm guessing. I don't think they're actually training today. Obviously, some are still on international duties, the likes of Nakamba, Wells, Saville as well. Saville is playing tonight. Well, he's featuring in their squad tonight. Whether he plays or not, obviously didn't play in their first game in this international break. But yeah, obviously, I'm sure there'll be meetings going on and things like that, especially given that, obviously we do play on Saturday, like he emphasised a lot in the press conference interview style, I guess, whatever you want to call it. They haven't got 6 weeks. They've only got a week. Also, I want to get up his comments about Nathan Jones. Now, he, brung him back up in the Luton YouTube, obviously, interview as well. And he did, obviously, mention him again briefly. But I'm going to mention this one that he said specifically. "Nathan Jones kindly invited me back. I trained here and I loved every minute. It was a season where we got promoted to the Premier League and I really wanted to be part of it. Probably is the reason why I started thinking about coaching. The intensity that Nathan would bring and the intensity around the training ground and the staff had. I wanted to be part of it, but unfortunately my body said no, even that. I think it's quite a nice thing that it made me think, well, actually, I probably can't compete at the same level that I want to, and I have to think about something else." Now, obviously, like you said there, that was the year we went up. Obviously, where we had Nathan Jones for the first half, and then obviously left to go to Premier League Southampton. And like I say, and like I said earlier, that could be a blessing in disguise, because if he does turn out as a success, Nathan Jones could have a say in that, because at the end of the day, Nathan Jones invited him back. He was, he weren't at a club. It was obviously the year we went up, like I say, and he said, "You can come back to us," and he emphasised it. Not a lot of clubs do that, Wilshere. Obviously, let players, go back and do stuff. I know we whether you agree with this or not. We were letting Tim Krul back at points last season when he did leave us. Sorry, this season. But yeah, I mean that's quite interesting, because then if it does work out from a coaching side of things, he really likes seeing like how Nathan Jones comes across. Obviously, it hasn't quite worked out for Nathan Jones in the Premier League, for example, the top league. But you see what he's doing now at Charlton and things like that. There's a good manager there, is what I'm trying to say. And Wilshere would have learnt a lot from Nathan Jones, and he could hopefully implement similar stuff. Because that's the last, like, obviously, yes, Rob Edwards got us to the Prem, but in terms of last successful manager for a long period of time, you would say it was Nathan Jones. So if Wilshere can learn a little bit, or has learned a little bit from him based on that, that could be good. Like I said, Chris Powell has been brung in as well as the assistant. Obviously, done very well with Charlton. Charlton fans obviously have him in high regard. And we're actually taking someone from Charlton, even though they weren't from Charlton. You know the point, what I'm trying to say. So yeah, and obviously England set up, as much as I didn't rate Southgate personally, he was within that coaching team that got, as far as they did in the Euros, obviously getting to the quarter final of the World Cup as well. So he's definitely got a wealth of experience, and you would think for a League One club, based on his success at Charlton as well in League One, you know, he would do well for us, and be there and guide Jack Wilshere like he's said that's what obviously he plans to do. Obviously, there was the rumours of Steve Bold as the assistant. Obviously, that's not to be. We could obviously the reason I've waited a little bit to do a video today, guys, is because I'm waiting to see if any other coaching staff's been announced. We could still get Steve Bold at QPR. Obviously, they brung him in. I did watch his mic'd up video. I recommend you guys do watch that, just in case we do get him. And he come across like really, really good in that. Chris Powell is more of a defensive minded coach. Obviously, he was a left back as a player, so I'm just not sure if we get too many, in the sense of that position. I don't know. Who knows? We might do. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. Let's just hope whoever else is involved in the coaching team, first of all, we actually know them, because we didn't under Bloomfield. And second of all, it works. Let me know what you guys do think of that. But yeah, overall, in terms of Jack Wilshere coming in, now obviously when I did last speak on it, I said, I'd like a manager of experience. And, all of us Luton fans would have. But I do think that experience of Chris Powell alongside him can definitely be beneficial, especially when you look at how successful Chris Powell has been in terms of getting far in competitions with England, under a manager I didn't really rate in Southgate. And then obviously the success he had at Charlton, I feel that can be beneficial. And we have to get behind Wilshere. You have to give the manager a chance, whether you think it's an appointment we should have made or not. I don't think it is, at first. But, the more I've listened to things, I'm obviously going to get behind him. And it obviously starts against Mansfield. Obviously, he hasn't got 6 weeks, with the players. He's got 1 week or less than a week. So we've got to be right on it, and we've got to back him and give him that chance. And let's see what happens. If he's anything like a player, which was very good, just shame about the injuries, if he turns that into coaching, which is obviously a completely different task, I guess. But if he can do that, then it should be good times ahead for Luton. Hopefully. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on it. Obviously, it's going to be similar now, guys, to when we were in the Premier League, in the sense of a lot of eyeballs will now be on us, even though we're nowhere near the Premier League. Let's be honest, right now as we speak. But in terms of what Wilshere did for Arsenal, how good he was, gets on really well with Arteta. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of eyeballs. I mean, even the people that broke the news yesterday, obviously the usual people in the know regarding Luton, but even Fabrizio Romano come back again with Luton. Do you know what I mean? Saying Wilshere, here we go, and things like that. So there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on Luton Town again, and it might be people's second team again. Like it was in the Premier League for a lot of people. But yeah, do let me know your thoughts, guys, on all of that. So Wilshere, Chris Powell, and everything like that. How do you feel about this appointment now it's officially done and you've heard things he said and what I've said? Do let me know your thoughts. And then the final thing I do want to talk about in today's T-Boy Discusses is the FA Cup draw. And obviously do check it out on the channel if you didn't already. Did watch Hemel the other day, and it was a big game. Yeah, it was a big game. Obviously, I watched them before on the channel. and they played Yeovil, obviously used to be in the Championship many moons ago, and they beat them. And I said going into it, it'd be a difficult game for Yeovil because I know Hemel were on very good form, unbeaten since 25th of August. And they took on Yeovil, beat them, thoroughly deserved it. I mean, the red card was controversial. Looking back at it, after it was very controversial. They should have got a red card. But yeah, Hemel thoroughly deserved it, man. They defended really well. So they're actually in it for the first time since 2014. A lot of people are saying just because it's local, they wouldn't mind getting them. But yeah, I'm just going to get up our number. So they're 75, by the way, if anyone's interested. But yeah, regarding us, we are number 28 for the FA Cup first round draw. Now, who do you guys want to get? That's what I would like to know. Do you want to get someone that's obviously, like near us in the sense of area or even in the league? Like, I don't know, man. I don't really mind who we get because, let's be real, we're probably not going to win the FA Cup. But, obviously it'd be good to progress as far as you can. Obviously get a bit of money. Obviously, again, like, it's similar to, the Virtue Trophy in the sense of the cup competitions. Obviously, going up is our priority. And, obviously, Wilshere said, obviously he wants to achieve that, whether it's automatics or playoffs. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, just out of curiosity, who would you guys like to get in the first round draw? Obviously, it is live on YouTube around about 6:30 tonight. So I'll definitely have a little look at that and see what goes from it in the sense of who Luton do get. But yeah, guys, do let me know your thoughts on everything I've discussed today. The Wilshere news, who do you want in the FA Cup, and also Chris Powell coming in. What do you make of that? And yeah, obviously regarding the rest of the week, we might have a press conference reaction, might know who the other bits of staff is. It's going to be interesting to see, if it is on Wednesday like it was a lot. Going into the Saturday games under Bloomfield, it's going to be interesting to see if it still is. Obviously, we'll talk on that probably, if there's any big talking points coming out of that. If not, we'll just leave it to the Hatter Show on Friday when we get my dad's thoughts on this appointment of Jack Wilshere. And obviously, we'll get into the Mansfield game, which is a massive game, absolutely massive game. And some of the League One results this weekend, I was shocked, man. I mean, the biggest shock for me personally was Burton winning 3-0. I know Bolton are not quite, the same in terms of, doing up there in the table at this moment in time. But that was a shock to me, I'll be honest. And even Leighton Orient 4-0 against Doncaster. I mean, what a result that was. And obviously the Leighton Orient fans, they'll be chuffed now because obviously Wellings is staying there now. Let me know your thoughts on them results as well. And yeah, don't forget to smash a like I say, subscribe, follow me across all my socials, subscribe to the extra channel, do become a member if you can. Till next time, take care, peace.